Good morning. May the peace of the Lord be with you. Do you remember in my first assembly how I talked about the golden rules? The last of our golden rules is to be honest. Mr. Reuben and I often talk to children who've been brought to us. Just say to them, tell us the truth about what happened. Don't blame somebody else. Don't say it wasn't your fault. Tell us the truth. Say you're sorry and we can move on. Today's tale is about people who couldn't admit it was their fault, that they had done something wrong. They couldn't say they were sorry. I hope you enjoy the story. There was once a very wise general. The general went to visit one of the country's main prisons. When he arrived, he spoke to the governor, who was in charge of the prison. "How many prisoners have you got here?" asked the general. "About 100, I think," replied the prison governor. "I want to speak to all of them, one at a time," went on the general. "Of course, sir," answered the governor. The governor had heard about this new general who was in charge of the country. The rumour was that he was a very wise man. I wonder about that, thought the governor to himself. Why on earth would he want to talk to all the prisoners, and one at a time at that? He didn't say this out loud, of course. Instead, he agreed straight away. "I will make all the arrangements for you to talk to the prisoners right away, sir," he said. For the rest of the day and the next 2 days, the general spoke to each prisoner alone. It turned out that there were nearly 200 in total, twice as many as the governor had said. "What is your name?" was the first question that the general asked. "Why are you here in prison?" was the second. Obviously, they had different names, but their answers to the second question were always similar. "What is your name?" "Isaac Rosen." "Why are you here?" "Well, they said I broke into a rich man's house and stole some jewellery, but it was all a mistake. I just called on him, and he was out, so I borrowed some of his gold." "What is your name?" "Samuel Levine." "Why are you here?" "They say I nearly killed a man, but it wasn't like that at all. I was just defending myself, and I hardly—" "What is your name?" "Joseph Strauss." "Why are you here?" "They said I burnt down my neighbour's house after we had an argument, but it was an accident. I swear it." Hour after hour, the general heard the same thing. Every prisoner claimed he was there by mistake. Whatever he had done was an accident, or he'd been forced to do it, or it was someone else who had done it, and he'd been blamed unfairly, or, the excuses and the claims of injustice went on and on. Finally, towards the end of the third day, the governor reached one of the last prisoners. "What is your name?" "Jacob Fisher." "Why are you here?" "I stole 3 horses." "Why?" "Does it matter why? It was me. I stole them. I'm sorry, but I'm being rightly punished for my crime." Later, the general sat in the governor's office. "Amazing," he said. "You've got nearly 200 innocent men here, all except that Jacob Fisher, who admitted what he had done. He's obviously in the wrong place. Set him free at once." Dear God, keep us under the shadow of your mercy. Sustain and support the anxious. Be with those who care for the sick, and lift up all who are brought low, that we may find comfort, knowing that nothing can separate us from your love. Amen.